Okay, so today we're going to talk just for a second about HOA. If you're buying a house in an HOA and what happens when those documents come in or those disclosures come in and what you need to do. Because I had a client, good client of mine, who's had a family member who ended up using another realtor. They're in South Orange County, and they use another realtor down there just to kind of, someone that they knew, and so yeah, that's fine. We'll let her go ahead and do this transaction because Brian's more in North Orange County, even though I tell you I am everywhere and I can work everywhere pretty much, but that's fine. So, but then a lot of it ends up later with the here's what happened, Brian. Wish you would have been there type of thing. And I'm like, hey, tell me if I can jump in anytime and help out. I'd love to do that, but of course, this was after the transaction was over. But in this situation, HOA documents came in, and they kind of reviewed them, looked through them, figured everything was fine, removed their contingencies, everything's great. And then suddenly, like, the lender's having an issue getting the loan, all kinds of craziness with the rate and all these other things that didn't have to do with the HOA, but that's a second video going to come soon. But the HOA, they end up finding out after they close that they didn't know while they were there through their inspections. They noticed like the gutters were just totally full of like pine needles. They had pine trees all around these homes, totally full of pine needles all over the roof, everywhere else. And I've had clients with this happen before where I've called the HOA, hey, can we get someone to clean this out? Is that your responsibility? Well, yeah, we'll have someone out there. So I would say, if not, I'll get up on a ladder and I'll blow everything out of there, at least for my client this time, and then we can go from there. But they end up finding out after they close that the gutters and the stuff clogging the gutters and all the pine needles were the responsible of the homeowner. And what had happened is that, and this is on the exterior of the house, obviously, but these had filled up so much with pine needles and water that it just rotted through to the fascia and actually gone into the house, which they couldn't find until they really did a deeper inspection on this. The home inspector didn't catch the stuff that was inside because it was kind of in the pitch and really hard to see that far down, obviously. But ended up that they had to go in there and spend thousands of dollars afterwards, not just to clean everything up, but to remove all the gutters because the gutters were trashed. Once they got all the crap and the debris out, they found the gutters were just completely trashed. So they had to remove all the gutter systems on there and do the wood repair and all those other things. So it ended up costing just thousands and thousands of dollars just because they didn't know what to look for, or whoever their agent was didn't know to call the association and ask about that one item that was concerning them from the report. It should be something proactively done. It's not always done, of course, but it's something that's a concern to somebody. Get on the phone to the HOA, make that phone call, or have your agent do that, make that phone call and find out for you, and make sure that it's not going to be your responsibility, because you hate to close escrow. You just brought all this money in for closing, your loan, whatever it is, closing costs, you have supplemental taxes coming up, and now you're getting hit with like an $8,000 to $10,000 bill for all these repairs that you didn't know you had to do. So something to think about when you're going in to buy a place. If it's in an HOA, make sure you know what's covered and what isn't and what's your responsibility, because you don't want that surprise later. Okay? If you need help at all with anything, just reach out. Agent B here to help when you're ready. I'll see ya.